Hello. We know that superheroes like Batman or Superman will always save the day. Also, they can help children to learn the skill of perseverance and focus. Kids work harder, apparently, when they are dressed as Batman, and that's from academic research. Researchers have found that children will work for longer periods of time and persevere with boring tasks when they are dressed as their favourite hard-working hero or superhero. Now, this little story caught my attention on Twitter, and I thought it must be worthy of further investigation. So I'll firstly tell you about the study conducted by White and colleagues in the USA, which was published in 2016 in the Child Development Journal. Then I'll briefly tell you what the results of the study can tell us about children in general. So the researchers asked 180 children to perform a boring task on a computer. A third of the kids were dressed up as their favourite superhero or character. So, for example, Bob the Builder, very hard-working chap, or Batman, or Dora the Explorer. Another third of the group did the task without dressing up. And a third of the group did the same task without dressing up, but were told to refer to themselves by their own name instead of I. As the task was boring, the kids were told that they could stop at any time to play a different game on an iPad. Now, this game's called Where's My Water? But they were also told that the computer task was very important and that they should try hard. So, the kids, by the way, were either 4 or 6 years old, and the researchers wanted to know which group would persevere with the boring task for the longest time. And they hypothesised that the group dressed up as the superhero would be the best at the task, and those who referred to themselves as I would spend the least time on the computer task before they got distracted and played the iPad game, with in the middle of those the group that referred to themselves as their name. And the results of the test turned out to support the hypothesis. The 6-year-old kids who dressed up as Batman or whoever spent about 60% of the time on the task, compared to just 35% who were themselves, and about 45% who referred to themselves by their own name rather than I. The results for the younger children, the 4-year-olds, were not quite as good, but again, the Batman children spent 10% more time on the task than the children who referred to themselves as I. So it seems that assuming yourself to be a different, hard-working person or superhero character can help children to focus their attention on tasks that they would otherwise get bored of and stop doing. As the researchers said, being mentally separated from their situation, a boring task in this case, can help to increase self-regulation or higher levels of concentration and perseverance. So let's consider then what this research can tell us about children. Well, in the UK, kids start their formal schooling at the age of 4 in reception class. And in reception class, they're expected to start basic reading and writing during this time, so that in year 1 of school, they hit the ground running, they have some basic skills. And the school day at 4 to 5 years old is from about 9 or 9:15 to about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, with breaks in the morning and the afternoon, and of course a lunch break. Now, even with these breaks, the kids are expected to be in a classroom, a formal sitting down at a table classroom, for periods of an hour or more, working on whatever their teacher asks them to work on. Focus, attention and perseverance are perhaps not a young child's strongest points, and even more so when they're doing something because the teacher asks them to, rather than because they want to. I'm sure most kids at that age would rather be running around, playing, colouring something in, playing on a tablet or a computer. So how can teachers help these children to keep their focus on tasks and persevere with tasks? Well, one solution may be to role play doing different learning tasks as a superhero character like Batman. In fact, the researchers for this study conclude their article by suggesting that perseverance can be taught through role play, and role play is a skill that is accessible to even very, very young children. So there we are. If your children's teachers ask you to dress your children up as a superhero or character from a book or TV show, the reason might be because they're teaching them about perseverance. Thank you.